Welcome into the Jam Happy Hour. My name is Jana. I am so excited to be hanging out, enjoying some lovely Jam Cellars wine and some great music too. We are being joined by Chloé Caroline to play some music, to chat, to vibe out, to discuss our horoscopes. Like we are all in. Cheers, you guys. Thank you for being here so much.
Yay, thank you for having us. This is awesome.
I know you're coming in from California, so I mean it's happy hour somewhere, and
Yeah, a little early, but it's fine. It's been a long week.
it's been a long week, and especially musically, we can all get together and just kind of enjoy it no matter what time. And doing this now can live on forever and ever and ever in our favorite lovely tech devices. So it is technically happy hour somewhere. So thank you so much. Tell me who's with you in the room today.
Yeah, so we've got the lovely Allison over here on the keys, and then Mike over here on guitar. And yeah, I'm Chloé Caroline, so here we are.
For somebody who maybe hasn't experienced, and you've got a ton of music out there, and we're going to get into like a lot of that, but for somebody who hasn't experienced you before, we're so glad that you're here. How would you kind of describe your vibe?
Yeah, I always say I have like a new SoCal sound. So I was like born and raised in Los Angeles and California in a little beach town. I grew up listening to everything from Fleetwood Mac to like Frank Sinatra, like everything, but a lot of those classic California bands and artists, Carole King, and so I feel like that definitely influenced my sound, kind of having like the old meets the new and like organic meets pop, that sort of vibe.
Well, I mean, not to put a ton of pressure on, but if you wanted to introduce us to your sound, what would be the first song that you would play, and when would you play it?
Of course, yes. The first song I'm going to play is called 94, and it actually just came out like 12 days ago. So I'm very excited. It's a baby, and there's a music video, so everybody needs to go watch it. But yeah, this song was inspired by none other than a situationship that I was in. Situationship.
We're gonna have to dive into that word.
For sure we are, yeah. Basically, two people know something's there. It's not really happening. No one's doing anything about it. And I got really kind of frustrated to the point where I was like, well, it'd be cool if you could kiss me before I'm 94 years old.
Oh.
So there we go. Everybody thinks it's like the year 94, but
you're like, no.
No, that is the year I was born, though.
All right, let's dive in. Let's do it. 94. It's Chloé Caroline here in the Jam Happy Hour.
Awesome. It's been a long time coming, a long time since I've seen you. Yeah, we both been running so fast since the world fell apart. Never got to make history. Said don't you wait for me. If it's gonna be, it's gonna be. No matter how far. You got yourself a New York apartment. 4 months, it's like you got lost in Soho. Oh, where did you go? Now you're leaving a New York apartment. We're back to right where we started. Oh, we're still alone. Oh, you can run all the red lights, baby, and I could call you tonight. We'll hate ourselves if we don't try. Why we gon' find all the reasons it ain't right? Cause heaven only knows the things we're wondering, and what we might be missing. We're wasting time, let's find out if we're something, and see what this is. We could die before we wake. Tell me what we're waiting for. Yeah, it'd be cool if we could kiss before we're 94, and 90, 90, 90, 90, 94, 90, 90, 90, 90, 94. You could have walked on water. We walked everywhere that night. It's like I've known you forever, a king and a queen in another life. And now you're so close, I can taste it. Want it so bad, I can't take it. We waited a year, we deserve this. Let's see what it looks like. And you can run all the red lights, baby, and I could call you tonight. We'll hate ourselves if we don't try. Why we gon' find all the reasons it ain't right? 'Cause heaven only knows the things we're wondering, and what we might be missing. We're wasting time, let's find out if we're something, and see what this is. We could die before we wake. Tell me what we're waiting for. Yeah, it'd be cool if we could kiss before we're 94 and 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. Ooh, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. Ooh. Now you're here in my LA apartment. We're back to right where we started. Oh, let's see where it goes. Oh, and heaven only knows the things we're wondering, and what we might be missing. We're wasting time, let's find out if we're something, and see what this is. We could die before we wake. Tell me what we're waiting for. Yeah, it'd be cool if we could kiss. Oh, it'd be cool if we could kiss before we're 94.
Yay! Awesome.
So I looked up situationship.
Okay, that's the definition.
I'm nerdy like that. So a romantic or sexual relationship that is not considered to be formal or yet established.
Ding, ding, ding.
How did it turn
Waiting
out?
in the dark. It didn't. It didn't. It led me to my actual love of my life, which we'll get into definitely.
That works out then.
Yeah, it was all part of the process of, it shouldn't be that hard is also what I learned.
Oh,
You know
that
what
is
I mean?
a great quote. It
just-
shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, it shouldn't be walking on eggshells. It should not be like that.
Well, clearly, I can already tell Chloé Caroline here in the Jam Happy Hour with us that you're not afraid to write and perform from a very personal space. And there's some artists that are all in about this is my story, this is what it is, and there's others that like to keep it like vague, and so you can kind of like put your own stink on it. So when somebody does hear 94. Once you've released it into the world, and we're going to talk about the singles and what you're doing leading up to the new EP, but like once you put it out there, somebody else could be taking it completely differently. Is that ever weird? Like, it's gone. It's off, and now it's like what is it? The whisper game. It becomes
it's something else.
Something else.
I think, and it's one of those things where, of course, that's a really cool thing because someone can interpret it their own, but it's also really scary because for me, especially just as a writer, and I don't know, as a person in general, like I want to feel understood, and I want people to understand my intention. So it is an anxiety-ridden thing sometimes, like releasing a song, because you're like, I want them to know like why I released and the purpose of it, and this is what I actually meant by it, but you can't control that.
I mean. I feel the same way too. It's like if you're going to put something out there, it's almost like autobiographical. Like here's what I meant, but then also at the same time too, they're going to put their own spin on it too, and
Yeah, it is what it is. I think like when you're writing from a place of truth, and it goes with any art form, then you just have to be so like hell bent on like this is it. You know what I mean? Like so strong that it's okay if somebody else doesn't like it or interprets it a different way because why you did it, right?
Well, like you think about, and especially being like a female in this industry, a lot of times what you put out is going to get scrutinized either way,
Exactly. Yep.
Whether they know the truth, whether they don't know the truth, and there's obviously, there's some artists that are going to kind of protect their truth or whatnot. But there is an authenticity to it, I think, that kind of gets lost when you're not like, no, this totally was what happened and this is where it came from. And I'm nosy and I like to know.
Yep.
And
I love
we've
the story.
all
That's
been
my favorite
there.
part.
I also think to each their own, and the beautiful part of being an artist and making music is that it is open to other people's interpretation.
Exactly,
But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
however they interpreted it,
Yeah.
your music still affected and effected
Yeah.
someone in in what way they chose to
Exactly.
let it. So I think
Yep.
either way is beautiful.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah.
Well, you take an awkward situation like that too, and you put it into like a very almost like a positive musical mindset. Like it's not a sad song. It's not even a
No.
confused song. It's just like,
Yeah.
hey, I want some answers here.
Right. And it's kind of like, let's go for it. Well, you know what I mean? Like, even if it doesn't work out, like, let's just see, because I'd rather do that than always wonder, you know?
Oh, yes. Seeking you shall
yeah,
find. How did you guys all get together?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. How did that even happen? I mean, I met Allison through another artist when I was looking for a keyboard player when I first moved back to LA from Nashville, and then they're married. So then I was like, well,
Well,
I
that
need a
works out
guitar
well.
player.
Actually, originally Mike was the bass
Yeah,
player.
Mike was my bass player originally,
Right.
and then
Nice.
yeah, he turned into my guitar player. He's like, I want to play guitar more, and I was like, all right, well.
Kind of
give
meant
it
to
a
be
go.
then.
Yeah, it was
We-
definitely meant to be. The
I think
timing
so.
was perfect.
We
Like,
Yeah.
sweetly call ourselves Chloe and the Claremonts.
yeah.
Aw.
The AKA.
That's like our second.
It sounds like it should be a movie
Yeah.
Right? Or a sitcom.
or sitcom. See, I like the way she thinks.
When we
Yeah.
have like the behind the music when it gets to that.
Yeah, exactly.
I love behind the music. Can we bring that back?
Right?
Or like
know.
storytellers or like
Yes, yes.
Again-
And I just got to do it on my own on TikTok.
Yeah. There you go.
and what about that? You know, like here we have this amazing tool now that I mean, obviously we had it before the pandemic, but I feel like especially during the pandemic, and I mean I hate that word, but it really affected all of our lives and it affected the industry as a whole. That
Sure.
now you don't have to be on a time schedule. You don't have to be on a label. You don't have to,
Right.
you know, have everything spelled out by, 10 people in suits in a boardroom. Like,
Right.
you want to release music? You release music. And you're doing that. You're doing like
Yeah.
a single a month leading up to the EP.
Yep.
And I think that is like a really great side effect of all that craziness.
Yeah, and it's true, yeah. And just the fact that even something like this, like the virtual show, is possible more so now because of COVID.
Oh, it wasn't happening before then.
Yeah, exactly. Or like very few people were doing it if they were.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really cool because like I have fans that have been following my journey since I was like a teenager and that I haven't been able to see on tour yet because I'm an independent artist. That's a lot to go on like a tour.
Right.
It's something that I want to do. It's my goal, but like it's not always feasible like in the present moment. And so to be able to do this and reach those people is like just the coolest thing.
Whether it's virtual, whether it's TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
What I always remind people to do, and especially, you have a lot of your fans that are already watching and commenting, and I love it, keep it up, is that when you do find an artist that you like, and especially an independent artist, to actively share that and post it and like it and heart it and add it to your playlist, because what people don't understand behind the scenes, the algorithm is picking all those clicks up and it's pushing you up.
Oh yeah, and I always say like it makes such a difference. Like people don't think it will, but actually
But
taking
it
the time
will.
to comment something. You know what I mean? Because I get a bunch of really beautiful DMs, and I'm like, comment this on the post. Like, you know what I mean? Like this, like being like this helps me, this heals me. Like that's amazing stuff. That's gonna boost the algorithm and get it shown to more people.
Oh yeah, we could nerd out on the back end of all this stuff, but I want to hear some more music. Chloé Caroline, what would you like to play for us next here in the Jam Happy Hour?
I'm gonna play a song called Manifest, and it's actually the next single. I guess, and this is where I'm announcing that, but
Well, there you go.
there we go. Just slipped right out. Yeah, exactly. But this song, again, similarly, it was like the same time in my life when I was, writing 94, and I just couldn't get this person off my mind. And I was like, to the point where I kind of felt insane. And I'm such a manifester in general. And so I was like, well, fantasies are just like more, PG-13 R-rated manifestations. That's really what they are. And I was like, if I can make stuff happen by saying it out loud and writing it out loud, and I've watched it happen in my life. Like I've literally had songs end up on the radio that I've manifested, like crazy stuff. I was like, maybe I can manifest this too. So it's definitely a little more feminine, sensual energy here. But yeah, it's called Manifest.
We love it. All right, Chloé Caroline here in the Jam Happy Hour.
I'd say I got a good grip on reality, but I'll admit that I dream all the time all about you. And I'd say you're bringing out a different side of me. 'Cause typically I would be over it, but you got me picturing you showing up at my door one night. Pull me on the kitchen counter and you turn out the lights. Then you tell me you know what you're gonna do. So I let your hands do a dance, make you move. Then you whisper in my ear that you've been waiting for this. With every touch of my body, it got me calculated. It's a fantasy in my head, I confess. So I'll say it out loud and I'll manifest it. The universe, yeah, it's giving me a million signs. I think of you, then your name shows up right there on my phone. And it's okay if we wait, you can take your sweet time, yeah. 'Cause typically I would be over it, but you got me picturing you showing up at my door one night. You put me on the kitchen counter and you turn out the lights. Then you tell me you know what you're gonna do. So I let your hands do a dance, make you move. Then you whisper in my ear that you've been waiting for this. With every touch of my body, it got me calculated. It's a fantasy in my head, I confess. So I'll say it out loud and I'll manifest it. Say it out loud and I'll manifest it. Say it out loud and I'll manifest it. Say it out loud, say it out loud. Say it out, say it out, say it out loud. I wanna see all the ways it'll go. Hear every word that you say when you're close. I wanna get so lost in you, so drunk on you. We won't even hear the birds when the sun comes up. Too much, still not enough. So thirsty, but we can't stop because we never thought that this dream could be reality. If you were here beside me, maybe I could get out of my head. Don't tell me, boy, that you haven't been picturing you showing up at my door one night. You put me on the kitchen counter and you turn out the lights. Then you tell me you know what you're gonna do. So I let your hands do a dance, make you move. Then you whisper in my ear that you've been waiting for this. With every touch of my body, it got me calculated. It's a fantasy in my head, I confess. So I'll say it out loud and I'll manifest it. Say it out loud and I'll manifest it. Say it out loud and I'll manifest it. Say it out loud, say it out loud. Say it out, say it out, say it out loud.
I do love a good manifestation.
Yes.
So I want to play a little rapid fire with you guys, and everybody feel free to answer because I love the energy of putting it out there. If you could manifest,
Yes.
dream venue to play.
Oh my gosh. I gotta say the Hollywood Bowl because
I mean,
yeah.
why did I know you were going to say that?
Yeah. I mean,
Iconic.
I'm from LA. It's iconic even if I wasn't from here, but like even just like being outside and playing, and I got to do that for like the first time like a month ago, like really play like a bigger outside show, and
Yeah.
there's just like such good energy, and it's amazing. I mean, God, it's the Hollywood Bowl.
How could you not? And the Claremont?
Yeah, what about you?
I mean,
I'd have to say, I don't know. You
I
go
would say bowl.
ahead. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that.
I
but-
know.
You wouldn't turn it
Either-
down.
Or
Yeah.
like Royal Albert Hall or Red Rocks.
Red
Rocks.
Rocks.
Oh.
Those would be like top
Actually,
three, I'd say.
yeah,
Yeah.
Royal Albert is. Did
That
I
would be,
take?
I
I took
mean-
you in there when we were in London.
Yeah, she actually got her master's right connected
Right across from it.
next door.
Wow.
Oh, yeah?
Royal College
Yeah.
of Music. Yeah.
And worked there. for
I
13
want to talk. You know what?
years.
I'm
It's
making a
beautiful.
note. We need to talk
Yeah.
about music education. The one time that I was at Royal Albert, I don't know, I saw Oasis.
Nice. That would be iconic. Yeah.
Stop.
Wow.
What time? What time? Like what year?
Oh, when they were still together. I mean, it was
okay.
a long time ago. Actually, here's a really random story. I actually won a radio contest to go see Oasis Unplugged, the MTV filming.
Yeah.
And we finally got over there, and it was at Royal Albert, and Liam threw a fit and didn't perform. So it was all Noel.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, I like Noel. So,
Oh my gosh. That's
great venue, though. Amazing venue. All right,
Yeah.
back to the rapid fire. Dream tour companion.
Oh gosh.
Not a open, not a closed, not just who do you want to go on the road with?
Harry Styles.
Well, I mean, hello.
Yes, please. Yes.
You could
Harry.
share wardrobe.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, Stevie Nicks always plays with him, so it's like kind of getting both.
Okay, but as far as like a roadie to pick up and bring along with us, my grandma definitely.
Yes.
Aw.
She's a
I love
badass
that.
bee,
Let's
man.
go.
She would be
Love
hell.
that.
That's amazing. I'm
She's
on
a wild
board.
thing.
Little Italian grandma, strap in.
And she can cook.
Yeah, there we
And,
go.
and she's Hungarian, so there's all
Oh,
kinds
she's
of.
Hungarian. Not
Yeah.
like
Well,
this?
she's both. Yeah.
Oh, she's both. Okay, gotcha.
I love
Oh
this.
my
All right.
gosh.
Last one. We all picture that moment where you get that recognition in life and career as little kids and whatnot. But what is your dream award?
My dream award. I feel like nowadays there's like only a few, like big, right? I mean,
Right.
the Grammys. I guess a Grammy because it's funny. It's always on my birthday. It's like usually.
Oh, that's
always
right.
on my birthday.
February. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then like I got to go for my 16th birthday. One of my best friends, her mom, like somehow like scored us like I don't know the ability to go. She used to be a stage manager, and so she took us for my 16th birthday, and I was just it was literally on my birthday, and I think that would be really cool to be like I was there when I was 16, and now I'm there accepting an award.
That's a big moment.
Yeah.
You deserve like the most inspiring artist of the year award.
Thanks, Allison.
This right here.
Aw.
You. Love you.
Thank you. Love you.
Such a great vibe. And it's
Got a
going
lot of
super
love up
quick.
here. Yeah.
And I have more questions. I want to get
Yes.
into music education. I want to get into women in production. I want to get into
fuck
what's coming up next for you. But we got to get to another song
Okay,
because that's what we're here for. What would you like to play for us next, Chloé Caroline?
Yeah.
Do you want to jump?
Yeah, let's do. We could go to Gemini. Okay. Give something like upbeat. Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
All right.
Gemini. Yes, this song called Gemini. It's inspired by the fact that I always was attracting Geminis, and
That's me.
they.
Hi.
Yes, I really do
I'm the
like
problem.
friends.
It
but
worked out
also-
finally.
But like, here's the thing: like male Geminis, it's a whole other breed
Yeah, no, thank
of people.
That and Taurus.
Yeah, and then it's funny because I found out that my rising sign is Gemini, so it's fine that I kind of like say this because they get a bad rap for kind of being double-sided. So now I can just like say it without like feeling bad about it, I guess.
So then you write a song about it.
I write a song about it, yeah, and it just kind of became about recognizing red flags too, and also just like figuring out the different personality types of who you attract and why.
I love it. Gemini here with Chloé Caroline in the Jam Happy Hour. It's all yours.
Sweet.
I know that I got a type. I can't explain, it's just energy. I try to put up a fight, but I don't stand a chance against gravity. You walk in and I get chills on my skin. A different face, but it's no coincidence. Don't know your name, but I still wanna jump right in. And it's a bad sign, yeah. I bet you're a Gemini. 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 That you're the life of the party. Got a silver tongue on you and a wild side hidden in those wild eyes. Bet you're a Gemini. Oh, bet you're a Gemini, Gemini. It's perfect when we're alone. The stars align in the bedroom, but it only only takes a second, then we're out of control. You're a universe away and I can't get to you. You walked in and I got chills on my skin. A different face, but it's no coincidence. I know your name, but I'm in deep and I can't swim, and that's a bad sign, yeah. I bet you're a Gemini. 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 That you're the life of the party, got a silver tongue on you and a wild side hidden in those wild eyes. Bet you're a Gemini. Oh, I bet you're a Gemini, Gemini. I hate you, love you, I hate you, I love you, baby, I do. I hate you, love you, I hate you, and I know you want me to. I hate you, love you, I hate you, I love you, baby, I do. I do, I do, I do, I do. Yeah, you're the life of the party, got a silver tongue on you and a wild side hidden in those wild eyes. And you're one clean cut mess, making double edge cold. Hearted, heartbreaking deja vu. Ooh, ooh. I bet you're a Gemini. 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 Oh, I'll bet you're a Gemini. I bet you're a Gemini. Oh, I'll bet you're a Gemini, Gemini. I hate you, love you, I hate you, I love you, baby, I do. I hate you, love you, I hate you, and I know you want me to. The crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes wild. So good though. Like, I get it.
Thank you. You get it. It's there.
I really like your writing style, and I do write like the authenticity to it. But yeah, it's like, maybe I'm wrong, but it's like in one point they're the Gemini, and the next part you're the Gemini.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause
Totally.
You're conflicted.
It's
yeah,
very
I hate you.
conflicted.
Yeah.
Yep. Those mixed feelings. You're like, this is bad for me, but
But this is no good for me too.
Eventually, you just have to learn the hard way, and then you don't do it anymore. But
But then you do.
Happy hour toast.
Yeah. This wine is delicious. By the way.
it's really good.
Oh, the 431, is that a thing?
I don't know if is that a thing?
Now it is.
Make it up.
Like 11:11 is a thing. Can we do mimosas in the morning?
Yes, we can.
Speaking of
We have some lovely sparkling wine here at Jam Cellars. It'll be fabulous. If you guys are just jumping in, I know some of the comments are coming in late. By the way, your granny approves. I saw the comment.
I saw that comment too.
She's down. Welcome to the Jam Happy Hour. We have Chloé Caroline and the crew here with us this evening, just hanging out, enjoying some wine, playing some music, getting to know each other a little bit better. Something I find very cool and very empowering and very awesome, Mike, not leaving you out, but of the two ladies, is that you both furthered your musical education. And in a time that musical education is being pulled out of schools absolutely everywhere, what pushed you to keep going?
I think for me, I wanted to move to a new place, and I grew up in LA, and I wanted to go to Nashville.
You couldn't get any further away from LA to Nashville.
Well, it was more like I knew I loved LA so much. I was like, I need to grow, so I need to try living somewhere new, and I need to become independent. And I wanted to surround myself with people that did what I did, because even though I grew up in LA, it was like a small beach town. So to be in an environment where I could find my people and get better, I think that was it for me personally. But what about you, Allison?
This master's degree.
She's like way beyond. I was like music business.
Yeah, okay, but you grew up in Los Angeles. Like, I am envious of that. I grew up in a farm town in Ohio. I loved my childhood, but
What a whole different experience, though.
Oh yeah. So a long story short, a really strange accident caused me to lose a scholarship to college. So I started doing music college auditions. I broke 3 vertebrae in my neck as a pro cheerleader and gymnast.
That'll do it. That'll take you off the scholarship list. You're not doing
ended
the
up
flying
going to
in the air.
Berkeley.
Yeah.
I chose film scoring because it was really hard and there was no women at the time in it. Actually, that's why I picked it. I was like,
why I like you.
Yeah.
She's a badass.
And then I wasn't ready to. I knew I wanted to move out here, but I wasn't ready. I went back home to Ohio. But in the meantime, I had submitted for the Royal College of Music in London because I hadn't lived out of the country yet, and I needed a good reason.
Yeah.
And so
Cool.
it was really fun to travel. And I think everyone should travel alone at some point in their life. You learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
100%.
Step outside the comfort zone.
How old were you when you went to London?
I was. What year do you usually graduate college? I was.
So like 22.
I was 2 years.
22, yeah.
Okay, so
21, 22.
I was 21.
Okay, I was a senior in college the first time I traveled to London, and it blew my mind. So I could not agree more with what you just said about getting out and following your dreams and just getting a change of scenery because, like, there's a whole big world out there, and we think all of our problems and everything's happening right here, and it's the whole world. And I sat on a train for like 3 weeks with the 311 CD. It was the only one I had on my CD Walkman. And I just traveled, and it's like the coolest thing to be able to do that. That's so great that you said
It gives
that.
you so much
I
perspective.
was literally
It
about
really
to say those
changes.
exact words.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It just broadens your perspective.
Yeah.
You think your
from
problems
lives.
are everything, and then you
Right.
realize there's all these other people that have their own
It's
problems too.
important.
Yeah.
It's important to feel small in a positive way.
Yeah, and it's exact. That's
Most
honestly
people-
why I moved
That's
back
a
to LA
song.
though. That's
Yeah.
why I moved back to LA though. I was like, I can always look at the ocean and it's huge, and there's so many different types of people here, and it's like I can feel like there's something more, you know,
Yeah.
and be reminded of that like every day.
Well, it might be kind of a heavy
Businesses.
question, but when it comes to that musical education, obviously life experiences aside, was it worth it?
For me, yeah, being for my maturity, like being in the environment, I think I needed that. And I think if I wouldn't have gone to school, as much as like, you know, it hurts to have to pay it back.
It still hurts, girl. It still hurts.
I think like it would have been a lot. I don't think I would have been ready to embrace the world as much, I guess. Like I think I needed those 4 years to really get to the point where I could be on my own and do the things. And it taught me how to multitask because like I had a job, I had an internship. I was like right on Music Row. Like you learn how to do everything that I'm doing as an independent artist.
Nice.
And I have to wear so many hats. So yes.
Amen. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they'll start putting it back into schools again, you know,
Yeah.
eventually. In the meantime, I want to jump in on another song because we're halfway in.
Craziness.
That's nuts. And I'm loving what you guys are doing and playing and the stories and the vibes. What would you like to play for us next here in the Jam Happy Hour?
Oh man. Yeah, another bestie.
ABF.
Let's do it. So this song is called Another Best Friend, and I wrote it not long after I ended like a 5-year relationship. And I did that because I needed to be alone to figure out, again, like per our last conversation, to figure out what I really, really wanted.
Right.
And it was a very tumultuous relationship. And anyways, it was kind of at the point where I wasn't so scared of necessarily trying love again. It was the idea of like losing another best friend. I realized that there was like 2 people that we lost when we went through a heartbreak, and it wasn't just the lover, it was the best friend. And like that was harder
The
for me
person
to
that you
wrap
talk to every day.
yeah, exactly. And like
yeah.
this, like your confidant, and like just I was like, how many times do I have to do this before I like? It's the one that that's there, you know, for a long time. And
I get it.
yeah, and so that's kind of where I was at. And eventually, obviously, I learned that it's, you know, there's one, so many people out there, but 2, every person that you date gets you to the next person, and you learn something, and to be, you know, heal with gratitude and everything, and it's all part of the journey. But yeah, this was at the lower point.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Contrast.
Got the contrast.
Contrast.
Exactly.
It's another best friend with Chloé Caroline here in the Jam Happy Hour. You guys sip, pour, enjoy.
Sure, I miss your lips waking me in the morning. Run your hands through my hair, getting lost in the moment. But love is not all we lose. When we break in two, you're taking more I'm not scared of love, not scared of giving in. And I don't fear the heartache that might come with it. I'm not afraid of it not working out, not working in the end. It's just that I don't want to lose another best friend. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's a habit to call you when something happens. Is it an inside joke and no one gets why I'm laughing? Someone can lay down by my side, but to get me like you takes more than time. And it wears me out. I'm not scared of love, not scared of giving in. And I don't fear the heartache that might come with it. I'm not afraid of it not working out, not working in the end. It's just that I don't want to lose another best friend. Another best friend, ooh, ooh. Half of me really wants to love again, the other doesn't want to start so we can end. Cause I don't want to lose another best friend. Half of me really wants to love again, the other doesn't want to start so we can end. Cause I don't want to lose another best friend. I'm not scared of love, not scared of giving in. And I don't fear the heartache that might come with it. I'm not afraid of it not working, I'm not working in the end. But I don't want to lose another best friend. I don't want to lose another best friend.
The obsession level is definitely like kicking up. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here in the Jam Happy Hour.
Of course, thank you for having us.
I love the stories. I love the honesty. I love the authenticity, and I love the fact that it's all very relatable. And again, like we discussed before, it's like everybody's going to put their own spin on the song and the story. But again, it comes from like a really great place of just being real, which
Thank you. That's my
in this
goal.
world of a lot of unreal.
Yep.
Who are like some of the artists that you're currently kind of looking up to, or not? Definitely not emulating, but like when you're having that rough day and you're not feeling 100%, like musically, who pulls you up? And maybe you can share that with some of our viewers here.
Yeah. I mean, like back to the tour thing. I mean, like Harry Styles is one of my favorite artists, and I think that's because he's got that sweet spot of really vulnerable, relatable lyrics, but still has such unique artistry, and he's definitely an old soul like I am, so he pulls a lot from that, yet always has like a fresh take on it. And so for me as an artist, like I admire that so much. It's something that I've always been doing. Miley Cyrus is another one, very similar, does the same thing. Again, very honest, also pulls from the past. So for me, it's like you can definitely borrow and still create something new. And I feel like a lot of times, especially in pop music, it's like, okay, what's trending? Let's make something exactly like Billie Eilish. You know what I mean? And I love Billie, but you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be exactly like this person because it's already working. And I've never wanted to do that.
The poison right now is how do we create something viral?
Right? Oh my gosh.
No, don't do viral. Do honest. And that goes viral.
Yes. Oh
And the viral, the one that want to create something viral, like the nuance gets lost in a lot of that. It's got to be like in your face. Like,
and there's so many factors too. It's like you have to stop taking it so personally because there are so many reasons why something goes viral. And unfortunately, it isn't always because it's authentic or honest and people
Not always
like
good.
it. There's a lot of other things that have nothing to do with you. And so it's definitely difficult as an independent artist to try to like.
I need you to write a song called Waves Crash so we can use a video of Mike getting wiped out by the surf in Costa Rica.
Okay. Let's do
I
it.
love this dynamic.
Completely random, and I'm here for
so
it.
random, yeah.
But it could totally go
Also,
viral.
That could go viral, though. You're right. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm tracking.
See,
I'm tracking. It took
everyone's
me a
trying to
second.
think of go viral
Yeah.
at my
But
expense.
sometimes it works.
Right. Yeah.
Well, circling back around to that, the good mood music and the fact that, you got these songs that can pull you out of a place. Do you realize that you're doing that for other people? You guys right now?
Oh, thank you. I
so.
hope so. Yeah, that's again. It's like I'm always like, if I could do that for one person.
I'm looking
like,
at the
I'm
comments. It's
doing my
very
job.
clear. Like,
Yeah, well, if that's the
That's
case,
awesome.
let us know.
Yeah, please. Yes, comment it. But yeah, I mean that's literally why I make music. And at first it was like as my therapy. I started writing when I was 6 and really like leaned into it when I was 11, and I was going through a really difficult time with an illness, and it was how I connected to the world and how I was able to like understand what was going on with me and try to at least, and then it became something that other people could use, and I was like, all right, I love
being
this.
11 is hard enough.
It's hard enough.
Being an 11-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I got a 12-year-old in the other room. Like, it's, and then to be going through something that's also very isolating.
Right.
Maybe the silver lining is that it did kind of teach you what you wanted, and now you're giving
100%.
that back.
Yeah, definitely. And it helped me be able to understand, I know what it's like to have, near-death experience. I know what it's like to go through hardship, to be bullied, you know what I mean? Like all the different things. And so I've always been kind of a floater with friends and people and getting along with different types of people, but now I really get it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I really do understand. So it's, I think, a gift, definitely.
Well, I love that you're putting it out there. I think it's so important, not just for, girls, but just for humans in general. That
People need hope,
Yeah.
There's enough people writing dark songs, and I'm here for an edgy moment, but like, people need healing and hope, and to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, even like your edgy is so cute, though.
I know. Like you talk about being like bullied. Like who picked on you? Let me find them.
Well, give us their number.
Yeah, I know. I'd say their names,
But maybe not.
One more glass of wine.
I feel
There we
bad
go.
for them. I have empathy for
Pour
the
her
bully,
some more.
Yeah, right.
It's true though. The bully is just sad for themselves,
Unfortunately, it never
reason.
goes away, and there
Yeah.
is no sexism in bull. I watched
Yeah.
a grown man be bullied today,
Yeah.
and I was just like, wow, that thing right there. But circling back around to, you had said that at the age of 16, you got to go to the Grammys because you had a friend who had a mother that was in production stage management.
Yeah.
At a time, there was not a lot of women, doing that.
Right.
And you see more and more women doing that now, which I think is pretty cool. But, as an artist, as an independent artist, how important is it to you to shine a light on, hey, you can grab Pro Tools, you can make your own music, you can run your own stage, you can get a 91-year-old granny and roadie that stage together like it's her job. Like, there are a lot of women doing these really cool things in music, and you're shining a light on that, which is pretty cool.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I was just inspired, not on the production side, but it's like Stevie Nicks, Dolly Parton, like these really strong females that had such like entrepreneurial mindsets and just went for it. And especially at a time when like no one was doing that. And so I look at that and I'm like,
Dolly.
okay, how could Dolly? Yeah, she's insane. She's amazing. How can I use my creativity to my full potential? Like as a human being, doesn't matter obviously if you're a man or a woman.
Well, we're raised to be such pleasers.
Yeah.
And in the entertainment industry, in a space, you want to please. You want to have, hey, come love my music, come support my career. So it's a very slippery slope. I think of this great Dolly Parton story where Elvis Presley had asked to record I Will Always Love You.
Mm-hmm.
She'd recorded it, done well with it, but Elvis, it was going to go next level. The night before they were going to record it, his manager calls and said, "Oh, we need the publishing on that."
Yeah.
And she goes, "No,
No. Yeah.
no."
To be able, to learn how to say no.
In her gut, she knew, no, I'm not giving up my song.
Yeah.
He didn't record it. He moved on.
Yeah.
A few years later, Whitney Houston comes along.
There we go. Oh, I have chills.
She stuck to her guns.
Yeah.
She saw the red flags.
Right.
She said absolutely not, and she stood up
Yeah.
for herself. And I love seeing women do that in the industry as an independent artist, as a stage manager, as a
Knowing your worth.
performer. Know your worth.
Know your worth. Yep. And you're the only one who can decide that, like truly. You have to set the precedent.
That
And
split second decision can have
Yep.
waves. Oh, we're back to waves. We're going viral again. It can have waves.
It's true. And I think that's the hardest thing, especially as an independent artist. It's like choosing which opportunity is to take. Where it's like sometimes playing a gig for free can lead you to better opportunities. And so it's really
But playing
hard.
every gig for free,
But yeah,
that's
no.
just exhausting yourself.
Exactly. So it's like trying to find the balance, and again, listening to your gut. That's huge.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here performing with us tonight here in the Jam Happy Hour. If you're jumping in, Chloé Caroline and the Claremonts are, we're going to talk about the new music. We're going to talk about the EP that's coming out. I love what you're doing with the singles. And if everybody hasn't figured it out just yet, we're going to jump into it on the back end of this song. But what would you like to play for us next?
I'm going to be playing a song called Twin Flames. So I released, this was the first single off of the last EP. And it's basically inspired by meeting the love of my life. So when it actually ended up happening, and basically twin flames are believed to be like two souls split between two bodies, or one soul split between two bodies. And I thought that was really beautiful because with love and partnerships, like so often you don't see that balance, and that's what real love is. It's that balance, and also still keeping your identity. And true love is loving without attachment and having that freedom. And anyways, that's kind of what inspired this. And I remember I wrote it at a time when I was in the studio and life was crazy, and I remember thinking, would it be easier to just like be single again? Like I got very used to like being alone, and not that I was like at any point to like break up the relationship, but I just remember thinking like, was it easier? And then I got this text from my boyfriend being like so supportive, and I was like, this is it. Like he's such a bonus and such a light, and we have those, and that's how it should be. It should only be a bonus, a relationship, and so this is Twin Flames.
Not Single Ice.
Not Single Ice Cube.
Single Ice Cube.
That's my joke name. Single Ice Cube.
Trying to get her to change the title. It's not working.
Twin Flames here in the Jam Happy Hour.
We started as strangers, ignoring the dangers, the runners, the chasers, the sinners and saviors. Something was different, felt so much safer. Then we took a chance on a human behavior. I know the moment I met you, I was ready for the risk. I could do life without you, but I don't want to, I don't want to. I could be fine without you, but I want you, but I want you. Taking up space, playing the game. Maybe it's fate, we're one and the same. Burning bright like twin flames, ships in the night till the timing was right. When the stars all aligned, I saw you in the light. We laughed and we cried, we spilled all the wine, fell into each other as if by design. I know the moment I met you, that everything led up to this. I know the moment I met you, we were born to coexist. I could do life without you, but I don't want to, I don't want to. I could be fine without you, but I want you, but I want you. Taking up space, playing the game. Maybe it's fate, we're one and the same. Burning bright like twin flames. I could do life without you, I don't want to, I don't want to. be fine without you, like I learned to before I found you. But taking up space, playing the game, it's part of our fate, we're one and the same. Burning bright lights, twin flames, twin flames, twin flames, twin flames. When we're oceans apart and we're miles away, when you're not by my side, well, you're still in my veins. I get kinda sad when I can't see your face, but you call me up and I hear you say, you call me up and I hear you say, I could do life without you, but I don't want to, I don't want to. I could be fine without you, but I want you, but I want you. Taking up space, playing the game, baby it's fate, we're one and the same. Burning bright lights, twin flames. I could do life without you, I don't want to, I don't want to. I could be fine without you, like I learned to before I found you. But taking up space, playing the game, is part of my fate, we're one and the same. Burning bright lights, twin flames, twin flames, twin flames.
Twin Flames here in the Jam Happy Hour. Thank you, Chloé Caroline and crew. I feel like warm and fuzzy all over. Like, yay.
That's the point. I love
I
it.
mean,
It could be the wine too. I'm just saying.
it could be the wine. But
I can't
there
say all
were
about it.
a couple of comments just like talking about like the way that the song makes them feel and like, oh, like you feel supported and like it's very sweet and it's true though, you know, it's like when you come through something bad and you roll into something good for a
Right.
second you don't trust it, but then it's just
100%.
like
Yeah. Well, and I remember like having that thought and then thinking like, well, yeah, it could go bad, but also like, what if it doesn't? And then also, okay, yeah, sure. If it goes bad, well, now I've been alone. I've come to a place of loving myself and feeling good alone, that it's okay. Like, I know I can be fine, you know? And I think that's why, like, we have to work on like healing ourselves, and it's never like complete a process, but you know what I mean, like really looking inward, because it's
Work in
impossible
progress.
to love other people otherwise. Yeah.
loading.
Yeah.
But you said two really great words. What if? You know, what if?
Yeah,
What if it's okay? What if it's shit?
it's okay?
It doesn't matter. Like
it doesn't matter.
it's
Go
what
for it.
if.
That's life. It's all about experience.
Speaking of experiences, you're in the middle of something right now where you're doing a little nugget a month, dropping a single, like breadcrumbs. What are the breadcrumbs leading to?
My second EP, The Awakening Volume 2. Yeah, which is kind of the prequel. It's the last EP, funnily enough. I don't know if that's a real word, but
We
funny
made it one.
enough. I made it up, yeah. And kind of like, especially at the time when I was most vulnerable, when I hadn't gotten to re-fall in love again, and I was, you know, asking all these questions, those what ifs, those manifestations, having, you know, thinking about the past too at the same time. So that's a lot of the mood that goes into this EP. But yeah, I've released Boyish so far in 94.
Yeah, well, 94 we loved. Can we presumptuously ask for Boyish?
Yes, you can. Here we go. Let's do it.
All right, Boyish, the Jam Happy Hour.
Goes out to the man children. You know who you are.
You're too drunk and too stoned. I'm just gonna go home. That's the only way I get out of this clean. Or kiss till you're blacked out. The morning you'll act out like a child who can't see what it is he needs. I think you're scared, there might be something there. Pretend that you don't care. You brush it off so nothing's your fault. I guess you must think that you're a big man and that you can get anything in the world you want. You must say all the right things, 'cause I always think everything will be better, but the way you act don't fit the suit you're walking in. I think you're boyish, you're boyish. Oh, you wanna take but you don't give. Well, you're never gonna get your wish, 'cause I think you're boyish, you're boyish. We're too old for this shit, wasting excuses. Used up too much of me waiting this out. So quit causing trouble, go sip on your bottle, find another girl to clean your mess up now. Oh, and you must think that you're a big man and that you can get anything in the world you want. You must say all the right things, 'cause I always think everything will be better, but the way you act don't fit the suit you're walking in. I think you're boyish, you're boyish. Oh, you wanna take but you don't give. Well, you're never gonna get your wish. Well, I think you're boyish, you're boyish. You wanna be mine, but you can't skip the line, boy. You gotta grow up, you gotta show up. You think you're so fine with those looks and that tie, but you're just dressed up. You'll never grow up, no, no, no. And you must think that you're a big man and that you can get anything in the world, but the way you act don't fit the suit you're walking in. I think you're boyish, you're boyish. You wanna take but you don't give. Well, you're never gonna get your wish. I think you're boyish, you're boyish. Oh, I think you're boyish.
Boyish here in the Jam Happy Hour. Definitely, I can see the story arc 100% for sure. The EP's coming.
Yes.
More of the stories to be continued. You're going to continue to release singles.
I am. Yep. I got another one coming in November. But if you haven't seen 94, you got to go watch the music video. The storyline is captivating.
Well, I'm looking at the Instagram, and obviously there's a big, there's a visual component to what you do, and it's beautiful. If you guys aren't following on socials, definitely jump in. And again, if you're clicking likes and hearts and follows in your iHeart apps and Spotify's or wherever, like make sure you're following along because it does all really matter. But how much of it is the visual for you as you're creating the music? Like, are you thinking ahead, going like, this would be cool? Or it's like once it's all made, you're... What's the process?
It's kind of both. I think it sometimes changes. Obviously, there's such people don't realize like the length of time between like recording a song and then actually releasing it. I mean, I wrote Boyish, for example, I think it was like 2018, 2019. So
wow.
Yeah.
We went through a global pandemic
exactly.
there, Chloe.
Yeah, it takes a while sometimes, you know. And yeah, but I definitely try to write and think about like the cinematic part of it because that's what stories are, you know, and to be able to have another way to show it and tell it is just the coolest part. And I love
how do you
writing.
approach the videos though?
Yeah. Well, I think for me, it just depends if it's like, does it need a storyline or not? Because some don't, you know what I mean? Some are a little bit more general, more broad. But for me, I like to make it as cinematic as possible. I mean, I've always had this like spot for combining like film and music, and my dad's a music supervisor.
Locations.
You always do it in a cool
Locations.
location.
Yeah, I always do it in a cool location. I always
Business
like to,
expense. Write it off.
Right. Well, and also there's so much you can do as an independent artist without spending money, and people don't realize that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
gosh, I mean, I live in California, so the sun sets here. Just go stick a camera there and shoot. You know, like there's ways to do it. I've shot things
Or
literally.
you could
like,
take your entire band and crew to Costa Rica,
facts.
shoot a video,
Yeah.
and then write it
The
off.
wave
Let's
crash.
talk about that.
There you
The wave
go.
crash.
Yeah, but no, you make it work. I've done most of my videos have all been very small budget, very few people involved, and I'm really lucky that I've had those people involved.
I gotta
but
tell you,
yeah,
Chloe, like I'm
make it
super
work.
impressed. You've been doing this, releasing music actively since about 2015. So obviously, you've seen a lot of things change
Yeah,
in the industry
grew
and in the
up.
world. Grew up in it,
Yeah,
100%, and you're still here doing it. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Man, I hope to God.
As the
I
Claremonts
hope-
down their wine. I love this.
I
That was
hope
a visual.
I mean, for me, like first and foremost, I want to be able to not only like support myself, but the people I love through my art. And so
Yeah.
to be able to do that and have multiple creative outlets to do that would be amazing. And I hope to finally be able to have met these people in person that have been supporting me for so long. Like I want to have been on
great.
tour. So that's that's it for me.
And
Easy,
doable.
no problem.
It's totally doable.
Financial freedom and full-blown world tour, no problem.
I have it on very good authority, according to my text messages. There is a gentleman sitting in the fourth row of a Queen show at Madison Square Garden watching the show currently right now. in
Gosh,
between
what?
bands, so.
That's insane.
That's the beauty of doing things like this and jumping in on the jam happy hours. Like you never know who's watching, and you never know. Obviously, when you put out music, you never know who you're going to affect. So thank you for putting beautiful music out there, and thank you for putting great stories and messages out there. And you guys are just a blast to hang out with. Will you please come back sometime?
Yes,
We'd
that's
love
the
to.
point. Let's go.
Awesome. Let's wrap it up with one last song, if possible.
Yeah.
How would you like to close out our happy hour here?
Okay. We're going to play a song called Saving Space. This song, one of my little song babies, and was written during a time when I was trying to learn how to surrender, really, like trust timing, trust the process, let go to make room for something better. And in this case, it had to do with love. And it's ironic because the first time I played this song live was that night that I actually ended up meeting. Well, I didn't really meet him. He was in the audience. Yeah, literally. So it's just crazy how God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, works, and timing works, and alignment. And you have to trust sometimes, even when you can't see. So this is Saving Space.
Love it.
Like the sunset on an open road out west, like a line in a song that just stuck in my head. You're the kind of thing that I can't forget, and I've been holding on since the day we met. Timing wasn't in our favor, hoping you would come back later, but you haven't yet, and I'm okay with that. My world's still turning without you. The stars could let me song. No, gravity's taking all control now. I could fall in love and it could work out, but it's not too late, 'cause here's the truth. I won't wait up at all, leave room. I'm still saving space for you. Space for you. I'm better than ever, all alone in bed, but I look to my left every now and then and wonder what it'd be like with you instead. 'Cause we never got the chance to see what happened next. My world's still turning without you. The stars could let me song. No, gravity's taking all control now. I could fall in love and it could work out, but it's not too late, 'cause still saving space for you. Timing wasn't in our favor, hoping you would come back later, but you haven't yet, and I'm okay with that. I might grow old with somebody unless you wanna try to stop me. Till the day I die, you'll be living in my mind. My world's still turning without you. The stars could align with someone new. Gravity's taking all control now. I could fall in love and it could work out, but it's not too late. 'Cause here's the truth, I won't wait, but I'll leave room. I'm still saving space for you. Saving space for you, for you, for you, for you, for you. Ooh, I'm still saving space for you.
Thanks.
Very good job saving space here. Closing out the Jam Happy Hour with Chloé Caroline. Thanks to Mike and Allison and Chloe and others in the room
Yes,
too.
Jimmy,
for
there
your-
you are, Jimmy, engineer.
Ah.
over
Show us your
here.
bun. Show us your bun, Jimmy.
Jimmy,
Everybody-
show them your man bun.
Hair wise, they're talking. There it is. There it is. Please go like, the share, and the follows, and all the things. We're super excited. We're saving space for the EP coming out in early next year, 2024, by the way.
I know, crazy.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing it. And God, I look forward to having you in Napa.
Oh my gosh, yes, let's go.
More of
Let's
this.
go in person, baby.
100%. You guys, thanks for joining us. Cheers.
Awesome. Thanks, Jenna.
Yeah,
you
To
for the
Chloe
butter
Caroline
cap.
and the
Thank you so
crew.
much. Let's go. Yes. Thank you, Jam
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Sellers.
Good night.
Amazing. Good night.
Good night.